Hey everybody, we're going to watch Westworld episode 6. We found out a few things last episode. William's brother-in-law's company is thinking of buying up the park. The further you go out, the more grandiose the stories become. The man in black drained Lawrence for blood for Teddy. They are going to go off to find Wyatt because the man in black told Teddy that Wyatt had Dolores. William felt like Dolores could understand what he was talking about when he was saying, you know, the difference in this world is different than like the real world. Ford asked Dolores if she had been dreaming of something. I can't read my handwriting. And breaking out of her loop, basically. I guess bigger stuff, I can't remember. Arnold told Dolores that she would destroy this place. Help him destroy the place. Ford also said to Dolores he didn't know if in that scenario she would be the hero or the villain. Which leads me to think that, and as a person I say this all the time, but when they write something into a show, it's not just by chance. They write it for a reason. Like, I feel like Dolores is going to wreck some shit. Maeve keeps sending herself to, keeps killing herself basically, so she has to be repaired. And then she woke up at the end of that episode. How does she keep waking up? She said in one of the previous episodes that when she's having a nightmare, she forces herself to wake up. She counts to 3 and wakes up. The man in black also said that they changed the hosts. They used to be a million different pieces, and they changed them because it was more cost effective. And he knows it because he opened one up one time. He's been there a long time. He's been doing things for a while. Okay, so we are on episode 6.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, Maeve just became my favorite character.
Now then. Where were we?
What is she doing?
You should.
It did occur to me that it might be you. But then I remembered that you've been here forever, and if you were going to sell us out, you would have done that years ago.
I appreciate that.
So, instead of our hosts going insane, they are being used for industrial espionage.
That was your logo that we saw from when William got off the train.
Show me where. Check these against the new system.
Look like anything to you? Not much to say. The maze is an old native myth. The maze itself is the sum of a man's life. Choices he makes, dreams he hangs on to. And there at the center, there's a legendary man who'd been killed over and over again countless times, but always clawed his way back to life. The man returned for the last time and vanquished all his oppressors in a tireless fury.
They're gonna take over the park.
Not like me.
Right. Well, I can't exactly afford to go to the park, but yeah. I'm human, like the guests.
How do you know?
Because I know. The processing power in here is way beyond what we have. It's got one drawback, though.
What's that?
You're under our control.
This is just a cheap trick. I've run a brothel for 10 years, and if there's one thing I know, it's when I'm being fucked with. I can't.
He broke her. I suppose that's a good sign though, right? Because
However fun this little indiscretion was. It's over. We're over.
Give me some credit. I can be impartial.
About your own team? About Ford? You must admit, his leadership has, of late, been questionable.
I don't think he's the problem.
You sit upstairs.
Oh my God. Are you okay?
I want to see it.
She knows how to manipulate people.
This is so stupid.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
Put a bullet in your head.
What is this music? That's her.
That was you in a previous build.
The previous what?
Build. You guys get reassigned all the time. You wouldn't remember, because that life and those memories were erased.
You're not going to tell anyone anything. Everyone has something they want. I could help you. Or I could gut you like a trout. But I won't need to resort to that. Because despite what's in here, we're not so different. Are we?
Wyatt's handiwork.
How can you tell?
Straight up killing couldn't hold his
Jeez.
interest. Flood? Fuck me, that's Teddy Flood.
All due respect, sir. That's a face I'll never forget. That's a sumbitch ambushed our outpost at Escalante.
You know a damn thing about what went down in Escalante.
I know White didn't kill all those men by himself. And I know a thing or two about what's going down right now.
This is weird. There's 3. Where are the other 2? Weren't there 5?
Are you Arnold? Who's Arnold?
1, 2, 3.
Turn the other cheek.
Ugh! That freaked me out. Didn't the thing say there were 5 hosts there? But there's only 4 in the family, so where's the 5th one? Is it a dog? Never mind.
Gave my father in particular a few of his original characteristics.
Oh, it's his dad.
Respectfully, sir. This sort of thing troubles me.
If you could only see your son again, Bernard, wouldn't you want it?
That's his back off function. I'm telling
I
you.
should be getting back.
He mentions the son. He's like, okay.
Talk about this later if you like.
What?
You're right. I am a killer.
Grab a horse, let's get the fuck out of here!
They'll just follow us.
Gatling gun. Or you could do that.
You think you know someone?
I found the person who was smuggling out our data. It was Teresa Bernard. But she's not our only
Oh, she's gonna kill you.
There's something much bigger going on here.
I'm gonna have to call you back.
I don't know. Several of them. It had to have been the older models. The newer ones don't have receivers, but these modifications, they are serious. Changing loops, breaking loops. Some of these changes are to their prime directives, Bernard. They could lie to us. Maybe even hurt us or the guests.
Who issued the modifications?
I don't know. The best I could tell, Arnold.
He's dead.
Yeah, well, he's a pretty fucking prolific coder for a dead guy. Whatever argument he was having with Ford, it doesn't seem like he was done making his point.
Whose voice?
Arnold. He told me it was a killer. It wasn't its fault. It was made that way. And I could help it.
Hello?
Yeah, you're dead.
Arnold?
Paranoia. Self-preservation.
Fuck! Someone's already been altering her in an unlocked session. Someone with a fuck ton more privileges than us.
What does that mean?
Don't know what it means for you, sweetheart, but I know what it means for me. I am
Arnold
done with
or
So
whoever
you're done with your little side.
has already been altering
Probably
her.
your job too. Now, last but not least, what was it? Bulk apperception. Let's take that all the way to the top. Dear boys, we're going to have some fun, aren't we?
Yes. Okay, that's better. She is going to go ham on everything. This whole episode was all her. There were 2 songs in here. When she was walking to the Mariposa, and then another one when she was walking through the building. I know those songs, and I can't put my finger on them. If you know what they are, like, comment and let me know. That's gonna drive me nuts. She's been sitting herself down to get, killing herself to get down there all the time. Obviously, we knew that already, but man, she is going to... So someone's been messing with her already. Because the chick, I can't remember her name, when she's in the building right before, she pretty much got killed just now. We know it. She said that someone's already been messing with them and has already been making alterations. And then they just said someone's been messing with her. And she's obviously an older model. So what have they been doing to her? And why? And again, why her? Why is Maeve the one that's woken up? She's the only one that Dolores said that line to. And I'm just like killing me that I don't know why they didn't just do it to everybody, Or is it because she's an older model? Abernathy was obviously an older model. Are they just awakening the oldest models? I don't know. When Bernard went downstairs... Okay, first of all, the chick was talking to him about finding that equipment. Bernard, she said, and you've been here forever, so I figured if you wanted to sabotage the place, you would have done it already. He says, I have been here forever. He is so a host. I'm telling you, I know it. He goes downstairs and he goes on that computer, and it had the same logo that was on the screen when William got off the train. I'm telling you, he is the man in black. He is so the man in black. They are giving us little hints that he is from that time. Like, I'm just telling you. He finds 5 hosts were not registered in Sector 7 or 17. One of them, I think it was 17. Now, does the dog count as a host? One of the hosts? I mean, we're going to get there. But, like, does the dog count as one of the hosts? Because that was a family of 4, and it said there were 5 unregistered hosts. So who's the 5th host? Teddy was talking about the old narrative, and he said the man escaped death or kept getting killed and kept living or whatever, and he overthrew his oppressors. Dolores is going to wake up and kill everything. That's basically what she's doing. She's on her path through this maze, and she's going to see and realize what's happening, and she's going to get pissed. We already know she can shoot people. They said that the processing system, the guy said that the hosts are basically the same as humans, except their processing system is way beyond what we have. I don't know what episode I said. I think it was 1 or 2 where I said that the hosts are going to either get out of this place. I feel like they're either going to get out or they're going to take over everything because they're going to wake up. We already know they're waking up and someone's helping them. I'm assuming it's Teresa now because she's the one who is spying on things. I don't feel like she would do that though. But the chick said that it was Arnold who was making all these changes. This guy had to have been an insane genius to do all this stuff, to program this stuff, to do it after he was gone. This is crazy. Teresa ended her relationship with Bernard. Oh, that's what's going on. He said that the guy said the hosts have a capacity more than what we have, and then him and May were sitting there and he was letting her see the tablet. The fact that she shut down, he's showing her all this stuff and it kept saying improv, 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 and it couldn't process everything. Usually, like, okay, when Dolores said, when her father showed her the picture, she said it didn't look like anything. But Maeve is seeing this tablet and she's processing everything that's happening, and it made her like shut down. That's a good thing, right? Like, it's showing that she's able to comprehend that something is not right, and it was so much for her that it overloaded. She didn't say that it doesn't look like anything to me, you know, but we do know that someone has already been messing with her, so that's a thing. The crybaby guy was complaining about his job because Ford wouldn't let him have his narrative, and he met who we now know is the executive director. What is she from? I've seen her in something. That was funny, him peeing on the model. Wow. She said stuff has been slipping through the cracks lately. Bernard kind of had his look like, like, did he realize that was probably her before that too? I don't know. This is the scene I was talking about. Bernard goes to Sector 17 and he goes into this house, and the first thing he says is, "Are you Arnold?" That was interesting because Arnold's been dead. Is he alive? I feel like he's alive. He's been dead for a while, but it keeps coming up. Did he fake his suicide? Then he sees a family, and again, there were like 4 of them and the dog. So unless they're counting the dog as a host, there's one missing host there because the computer said there were 5 anomalies there, right? Okay, and then Ford mentions Bernard Sungen. Like, Bernard's questioning him about all this stuff, and he says, well, you know, if you could have your son back, wouldn't you want to do that too, or something to that effect. And Bernard kind of like backs off again. Every single time that Ford mentions Bernard's son to him, whatever conversation they're having, he kind of backs off. That could just be a human response. You know, someone mentioning your dead child would kind of fuck you up a little bit. But I feel like that's his shut off. That's his like back off mode. The lady is his executive director of Delos. Have they mentioned the name before? I don't think I wrote down the name of the company before. Bernard was looking through the computer and looking for all the first generation hosts that are still around. I guess he's trying to figure out which ones can be affected and can be used to spy. And then the little Ford guy, that I'm assuming that since that was his family, because he said he gave the host, I'm talking about Ford with the 4 unregistered hosts, he said he gave the father the attributes of his father. So I'm assuming that's his family and that the little guy is him. And that kid killed the dog, and he said he didn't know why. Why? Like, crazy little psychotic killer thing. That's a little creepy. I can understand wanting to bring back people that you love, but I don't know if I'd put a little me in there too. That's a little strange. Teresa's been the one spying. Maeve makes all these modifications to herself, so she's gonna be badass. She is surpassing Dolores right now. Like, I don't care. I want to see what Maeve is gonna do. Arnold has been making these changes. That is not even possible. So how, if he's dead, unless he is alive? I'm thinking Arnold's still alive somewhere. Maybe maybe Ford has him like chained up in a room somewhere using his brain. Okay. That was a good one. I'm going to turn on some lights in here and go ahead and watch another episode. And that's it for today. That's it. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great weekend. Bye.